Welcome to Nabeel Math Academy. This is Dr. Mohammed Nabeel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the maxima and minimum value. So first of all, we have to discuss about the what is a local maximum and a absolute maximum. So if you have this graph, this is a midpoint of the highest point. This is the maximum point on the graph. This is the minimum point of the graph. So this one we call it as the absolute maximum and minimum value. When you have the maximum and minimum value within the interval, I will say here from A to B, what is the maximum and minimum value? This is the maximum value, this is the minimum value. So that one we call it as a local maximum and minimum. So how will you calculate this one? By using the two methods. What is the first method? The first derivative method, second derivative method. In this video, we will going to discuss about the second derivative test. So what are the things we need for the second derivative test? Here we are dealing with the two variable f of x comma y. You will have the two dimension. Suppose if the second derivative has center a comma b. So I will put it the first derivative is equal 0 in order to calculate the critical point. In order to calculate the critical point, the x and y value, you have to put it the fx and fy equal 0. After that, we have to calculate this one d. What is d actually? Fxx, second derivative with respect to x, second derivative with respect to y, minus fx whole square. So at any point, you have to discuss this one. If d of 0, if d is more than 0, if this value is more than 0, if this part is more than 0 and fxx is more than 0, we say it is a local minimum. When you have d is more than 0 but the fxx which is less than 0, we say it is a local minimum. So this is a very important rule. So this is minimum, this is maximum. So if it is d more than 0, fx is sx is less than 0, it is maximum. If d more than 0 and fxx is more than 0, it is a minimum. If d is less than 0, it is a saddle point. What do you mean by saddle point? This is a saddle point which is neither maximum nor minimum. It is going on the line. And if d is equal 0, then the test fails. So test fails. So first problem I will calculate the first one. So first of all we have to calculate the critical points. So what are the critical points here? Fx, what happened? Fx is given by 4x power 3 and this is 0 and the last one is 4y. And what is fy, which is equal 4y power 3 minus 4x, and this is the last one which is 0. Now, if I substitute the equal 0, what happened? If I substitute equal 0, so this is equal 0, 4x power 3 minus 4y. Now, if you move it here, so it is x power 3 equal y. So this is the first equation. Now, let us take the second one. It is equal 0 for y power 3 e minus 4x equals 0. Move it here, so it becomes 4x. The 4 divided by 0, it becomes 4 divided. So you will get x is equal y power 3. X equal y power 3. Now I will substitute in place of y. I will replace this one in place of y. So what happened? Y equal x power 3. So I substitute the y. So since the y value is equal x power 3, so it is x power 9. And this is x power 3. How it is x power 9? So y value, what is the y value? Which is equal x power 3. And here you will have a whole power 3. Whole power 3 x. So now we will solve this one. What happened? X power 9 minus x equals 0. Now how will you solve this one again? I am taking a common factor. So what is the factor here? X power 8 minus 1 equals 0. And x, here how will you expand this part? It is x power 8 minus 1 can be written as x power 4 whole square. And this is whole square. So you will have a two formula, a square minus b square root. So 1 plus x power 4 minus 1, x power 4 plus 1. Same thing I will write it here. X power 4 minus 1, x power 4 plus 1 equals 0. Again, this one, it becomes, we'll get what? X square minus 1 and x square plus 1. And the remaining going to be the same. Here you have x, here you have x power 4 plus 1 equal 0. Now, we will have the formula. Again, we can apply the formula only for this term. What is this one? X minus 1, here x plus 1. And the remaining part, it is as it is. What is that one here? X square plus 1. Because we don't have the formula for a square minus b square. We don't have the formula. Only we have formula for a square minus b square, that is equal a plus b, a minus b. But this is what? A square plus b. So we don't have the formula for this plus. So we will keep it as it is. Plus 1 equals 0. Here we will have x. Now I will just substitute the value here. So if you put it equals 0, these two values, it becomes a complex number. So here you will get a real part. What is that? It is equal 0. This is equal 1. X equal minus 1. When I substitute in the y, what will get y? The y value. The y becomes 0. The y become 1. Y become minus 1. So when I substitute the x value, this x value here, so you will get the y value. So this is what we will take. So you will get the 3 points. What are the points here? We have 0 comma 0, 1 comma 1 and minus 1 comma 1. So in order to calculate the D, so I will follow this uniform procedure for all the problem. So this is the first, I will take the point. This is 0 comma 0. The next point 1 comma 1. The next point minus 1 comma minus 1. So first I will calculate the fx. What is fxx? So you have to differentiate this one again with respect to x. So when you differentiate this one, it will becomes 12x power 2. Halas, that's it. Now here fyy. What is fyy? Differentiate with respect to y again. You will get 12y power 2. That's it. The next one, fxy. What is fxy? Differentiate x with respect to y. So you will get minus 4. It becomes minus 4. Now finally, the d value. What is the d value here? So d value is nothing but fxx fyy minus fxy square. Now how will you write this one? So I will draw the graph here, this one. So this is the conclusion. Now when I substitute the 0 in place of x, you will get 12. When I substitute 0, 0, it becomes 0. It becomes 0 here. Again, this is a minus 4. There is no x and y value. This is constant for all the points. And here, what are the last part we will have? Multiply these two. Multiplying, we will get 0 into 0, 0 minus minus 4 square, which is equal plus minus 16. This is minus plus 16, but outside you will have minus 16. Now here it becomes what? 12, and here it is 12 minus 4. Now if you multiply 12 into 12, which is 144, minus minus 4 square, that is 16. If you simplify this one, 144 minus 16, which is equal 1, this is 30, 128. 128. Now similarly here, due to the square, I will substitute the value. It becomes 12 again. It is 12 again. If you multiply, you will get 144 minus 16, which is equal 1 to 8. Is it right? 1 to 8. Now what happened here? It becomes, this is less than 0. If it is less than 0, it is a saddle point as per the rule. If it is less than 0, we say it is a saddle point. Therefore, no need to worry about it. This one. So I say here this is a saddle point. Saddle point. Now this is 0. Immediately go to the fxx, which is also more than 0. Therefore, it is what? This is 0. This is 0. It is local minimum. This is local minimum. So it is a local minimum. Local minimum. Now the next one, 1 to 8, which is more than 0, and this is also more than 0, which is what? Local minimum. And at the last, we will calculate the local minimum value for both the points. So I have the f of x comma y. What is the f of x comma y? Equal x power 4 plus y power 4 minus 4xy plus 1. So the local minimum value is given by, I just substitute the value. What is the points here? 1 comma 1 and minus 1 comma minus 1. So what is f of 1 comma 1? Just substitute in the formula. You will get 1 plus 1 minus 4 plus 1. So which is equal 3 minus 1, which is equal minus 1. That's it. Now similarly, we will have another point as well, which is also local minimum. Minus 1 comma minus 1. Here it become 1 plus 1. Here minus of minus it become plus, minus 4 plus 1. So answer will be again minus 1. So this is the minimum value at these 2 points. That's it. Clear? Now let us go with the second problem. The same thing, we will take it here. So I will go with the same fx and fy in order to find it the critical region. So critical point. So fx, what is fx? So here 4x, then 8y. That's it. The next one, for the next part here, fy. So when I put it fy, the first part 0, second part you will get minus 8x plus 4y power 3 minus 12y square. So this is the part you will have. Now put it equal 0. You will get equal 0. 4x minus 8y divided by 2. So you will get, so 4x equal 8y divided by 4. You will get x is equals to y. I substitute this value in the fy. So you will get the y value. So here put it equals 0, 8x plus 4y power 3 plus minus 12y power 2. Now I replace here in place of x as what? In place of x as 2y. So what happened? So it becomes, so multiply, you will get minus 16y plus 4y power 3 minus 12y power 2 equal 0. Now what is the term we have here? Divided by, what is the common factor? So we will take a common factor here first. So 4y is a common. So if you take it to 4y is a common, you will get y power 2. This is the first term. Next, minus 3y. Okay. Minus 4. That's it. Equals 0. So if you separate this part, you will get y equals 0 is the first value. Y equal 0 for this part, and for this one is the factoring. What is the factoring for this one? So here this is a factoring is x minus 4 and sorry, y minus 4 y plus 1 equals 0. You will get the y value is equal, so you will get this value y equal 0, y equal plus 4 and y equal minus 1. Y equal minus 1. So now what is the value of x? Just substitute here. So in place of x, x equals 2y. So when you substitute, you will get 0. When you substitute, it becomes 8. When you substitute, it becomes minus 2. So the points are 0, comma 0, then 8 comma 4, not 4 comma 8. First to x, after that y. So here minus 2 comma minus 1. So I have to discuss at these 3 points. Same story we will repeat again. So there is a fxx I have to calculate, and then fyy, then we have to calculate fxy. The last part we have to calculate the d. What is the d actually here? D is fxx into fyy minus fxy whole square. Now when you differentiate this one, what happened here? This part is equal x value. The points 0, comma 0 I have to discuss, 8, comma 4 we have to discuss, minus 4, minus 1, comma minus 2, comma minus 1. So these 3 points we have to find. Before that, I have to calculate the fxx. What is fxx? It is 4. Now what is fyy? Here again we have to differentiate with respect to y. You will get 12y power 2 minus 24y. Then fxy. Take the fx, differentiate with respect to y. It is minus 8. Minus 8, which is a constant. Now, I will just substitute the value here. So what happened? So this is equal. This is equal. Just substitute the value. So it is a 4 as it is for all because there is no x and y. And this is also minus 8, which is same because it's a constant. There is no xy. Now here there is a value is there. When you substitute 0, the whole thing will be 0. When you substitute the y value, you have to substitute bus, right? So when you substitute the 4, it becomes 16 into 4. That is 12 into 16. 12 into 16 minus 24 into 4. So the value will be 96. Check your answer. Now here you have to substitute only y. There is no x term here. So similarly, when you substitute this value, it is 12 times of 1 minus plus minus 1 whole square and plus 24. So which is equal, so 36. So this is the 36. Now I will just multiply this part. What is the multiplication of these two? 0 minus of this one, it is minus 64. Next, multiply this one, it is 4 into 96 minus 64. So which is gives the answer is equal 320. Next, when you multiply these two, it becomes 4 into 36 minus 64. So again, it becomes the value will be equal to minus 8, which is equal, which is equal 80. So which is equal 80. So here 36 into 4, which is 24, 2, it is 4, and subtract with this one, it is 80 plus 80. Now I have to go with the sign here. So let us go with this one. This is less than 0. So therefore it is a saddle point. This is a saddle point. No need to check the fx and fy. Now here more than 0, I go with this one. So it is more than 0. It is local minimum. This is local minimum. Then here more than 0, again it is more than 0. It is also local minimum. Local minimum. So in order to find the value, just I substitute here. So what is the local minimum value at these 2 points? Just substitute in the f of 8 comma 4, which is equal. Use the calculator, fix the function, and then put it x and y value. You will get directly the answer. Minus 2 minus 1 equal, which is equal minus 3. So this is the final answer. Local minimum value. Now the last question of this topic we will have here, fx. So same thing, same rule we have to use. So fx and fy. The main problem is to find the here the critical points. So 3x power 2 minus 3 plus 3y power 2. And what is fy? Fy is equal 6xy. That's it. Now, when you do the equal to 0, what will you get? Here, 3x square minus 3 plus 3y power 2. And if you put it equal 0 here, x, y equals 0. What is the meaning of this one? It means that either x equals 0 or y equal 0. So, this is the 2 points you will get. Now, when I put it this one, x equals 0 here, what happened here? In the equation number 1. In this equation, when I substitute, you will get when x equals 0 in 1. So 1 implies, so x equals 0, you will get minus 3 plus 3y square equal 1 Move with the 3 here. So 3y square equal 3, y square equal 1. So it is equal plus or minus 1. So you will get the 2 points. What are the points here? You will get 0 comma 1 and 0 comma minus 1. So this is the 2 points. Now similarly, when you substitute the y equals 0, what happened here? When it is y equals 0, what will get? When y equals 0 in 1, so it becomes 0 equal 3x square minus 3. Move it 3 here, so you will get x square equal 1. If you take a square root, it becomes plus or minus 1. So now the points will be 1 comma 0 minus 1 comma 0. So I have to discuss at these 4 points the maxima and minimum. So let us start with this one here. So first I have to calculate as usual. So first I will calculate the values. So what is this one here? fxx, fxx, and then we will have to find fyy. Then next one fxy. After that d. What is d? fxx, fyy, and fxy whole square. So this is the three things you have to find. Now what is the points here? The points are, you will have 4 points. You have to include column, one more column here. So this is the one more column. Now what are the points? 0 comma 1, 0 comma minus 1, 1 comma 0, minus 1 comma 0. So this is the value we'll have. Now I will do it the same thing what we did before. So I have to discuss at 4 points. Before it was 3. Now what is the derivative first? Differentiate with respect to x. So what happened here? Again with respect to x, 6x. That's it. When differentiate with respect to y, it becomes again 6x. Okay. Then when you differentiate this with respect to y, it becomes what? 6y. It is 6y. Substitute the points. X0 means what happened here? X0, 0, 0, and then it is 6. This is the first one. Next one. This is x0, x0, y is, this is minus 6. Next, x value 1, which is 6. X value 1, which is 6. Y0, it is 0. Next, x value equal minus 6. Then x value is minus 6, which is equal minus 6 here. And y value 0, it is 0. Now multiply this part. What is the multiplication? So multiply these two minus 6. Therefore it is minus 36. Multiply this one 0 minus 6 square. Therefore it become plus 36. So plus 36, outside minus you will have. Outside minus you will have. So actually here we have minus 6 square. And similarly minus 6 square. So it become plus minus 36. Next multiply, it becomes 36 minus 0, which is equal 36. When you multiply this one, 36 minus 0, which is equal 36. Now we will see which is more than, which is less than. This is less than 0. This is also less than 0. Therefore, these two are saddle point. These two are saddle point. No need to check the fxx. Saddle points. Now this one is more than 0 and this one is also more than 0. This is what we say. It is local minimum. Minimum. Now here this is more than 0 but this one is less than 0. Here we have local maximum. So I have to find it the value at the last. So just take the function, the local minimum value is f of 1 comma 0. So just substitute the value in the function f of x, you will get minus 2. Now local maximum value, which is equal f of minus 1 comma 0. So how will you find this value? From the given function. What is the function it is given? The function is given by here x power 3 minus 3x, x power 3 minus 3x plus 6xy, 6xy power 2. So I replace this value, the x and y value in the place here. So replace minus 1 and 0 here. So you will get the value. Similarly here 1 and 0 you will get the value. Use the calculator as much as possible to get the simple answer. You can fix the whole thing in the calculator. Just press calc, you will get the answer. Thank you.